Hello traders, in this video we'll be doing a weekly analysis on the pair EURAUD in multiple time frames for the upcoming week. Now by the end of this week's market close on Friday, we can see that EURAUD on a weekly time frame after making a retest on this major key zone which we are talking about in our previous weekly market analysis, and also was expecting a proper reaction from while EURAUD makes a retest on this key zone over here. And that's exactly what happened this week. After making a retest on this major key zone, it gained this huge bearish engulfing move and came all the way down with this bearish engulfing move from this key zone over here. Now if you go to the daily time frame, now in this daily time frame you can see the same key zone that we were talking about in the weekly time frame, and also you can see some other key zones right around here. Now EURAUD, after coming down with this huge bearish engulfing move, it found a bit of a support around here and made some small pullback to this key zone right about here, and is currently consolidating between this and this key zone over here. Now in the upcoming week, if EURAUD continues to consolidate between this and this key zone a little bit more and form a bit of a structure, and then makes a breakout of this structure whether on the short side or on the long side, then it's going to determine EURAUD's direction in which EURAUD might be making a breakout of, and that breakout might lead either to this key zone or might lead either to this key zone or all the way to this key zone once again. Now by looking at the chart, by looking at all this bearish engulfing move after EURAUD coming to retest this key zone, by seeing how much of a price ejection EURAUSD faced from this key zone over here, and also by looking at how EURAUD reacted while retesting this key zone before as well, right about here and also right about here. So by looking at these whole things, it does look like that EURAUD might be building momentum over here to make a breakout of this key zone to continue moving down with further bearish move all the way to retest this key zone over here, and might possibly be making a retest on this uptrend line as well. But then again, we can't say these things for sure, so unless EURAUD makes a break and close below this key zone, then we can't really look for trades on the short side. And in the same way, unless EURAUD makes a break and close above this key zone, we can't really look for trades on the long side as well. Now if you go to the 4 hour time frame, then you can see a really interesting thing happening on the 4 hour time frame. Now in this 4 hour time frame, if you look closely, then you can see a beautiful head and shoulder pattern that EURAUD is currently forming right about here. Can you look at it? Okay, let me draw it for you guys. Okay, so this, you see, this is how EURAUD is currently forming this beautiful head and shoulder pattern in this 4 hour time frame. Now this being its left shoulder, this being its head, and this being its right shoulder over here, and this being its beautiful neckline over here, which is also an uptrend line right around here. Now if EURAUD makes a breakout of this head and shoulder pattern, then it would also be making a breakout of this uptrend, long lasting uptrend line, and also making a breakout of this major key zone right about here if it continues to make a breakout of this head and shoulder pattern. So that's gonna add a lot of confirmations for EURAUD to continue moving down all the way to retest this key zone and also make a retest on this uptrend line as well. So you see, you have 3 confirmations of EURAUD moving down if it makes a breakout of this head and shoulder pattern over here. So what you can do right now is, if EURAUD makes a break and close below this key zone with further bearish move, then you can look for trades on the short side in hopes of EURAUD reaching all the way to retest this key zone and also make a retest on this uptrend line as well. But however, if with further bullish move, instead of making a breakout of this key zone, EURAUD continues to make a breakout and close above this key zone with further bullish move, then you can look for trades on the long side in hopes of EURAUD reaching towards this key zone or all the way to retest this key zone right over here. But since the ranging phase in between this and this key zone is pretty high, so you can also trade in between these 2 key zones as well. For that, you need to go to shorter time frame like 4 hour to even 30 minutes time frame like that, and draw some zones in between these 2 key zones, somewhere like this, just like I drew, and then look for trades on the long side if EURAUD continues to make a breakout of this key zone over here in hopes of EURAUD reaching towards this key zone right around here. So by drawing more zones in between these 2 key zones, you can also draw trade in between these 2 key zones as well until EURAUD finally makes a breakout of either this key zone or this key zone over here. So that's my analysis on EURAUD in multiple time frames for the upcoming week. And if this video helped you guys, then please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and also give this video a thumbs up. And to know the regular updates on my trades, make sure to follow me on Instagram as well, and I'll see you guys on the next week with another analysis video.